Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. Today we're going to be looking at a piece by the artist LOREM. He is a 3D artist, and he is a German 3D artist at that. And in this piece, we're going to be talking about center emphasis. We're going to talk about kind of crystalline texture. We're going to talk a little bit about light and color, and then we're going to go a bit into LOREM's background as an artist. So let's jump right into it. So in your initial introduction, you're met with this kind of deep blue spatial composition. And what you'll see here is it's actually a GIF. So there's this kind of looping effect where the form of our subject is slanted. So what you'll see here is it moves from here and it kind of forms to another light, and then it finally rests back at the original position. And so there is kind of a looped GIF here going, back and forth like that. So that's important to note. But whenever you first see this piece, you're likely going to be caught by this deep blue color, right? And this deep blue color reminds of stability. It symbolizes kind of harmonious order, and I think that is actually quite appropriate for, say, the form of the subject, as it is kind of this crystalline type of glass here. And this deep blue may remind some of the ocean, and it's a really calm and cool color as a nice introduction into the work at hand. And so next we're going to talk about, say, kind of center emphasis. And so what you'll notice is, as we said before, the form of our main subject commands the center region of the spatial composition. And there's kind of a slight slant here, but overall it is kind of in that center region right there. And whenever an element of a piece of art stands in the center, it's always emphasizing itself to the highest degree possible. And you'll see that not only do we see an emphasis through placement within the spatial composition, but we also have an emphasis through this light on dark contrast. If you'll notice, we have this background, which is just kind of this midnight void. There's almost no tones on this background at all. So that really gives a neutral backing that allows the form of the main prism to emphasize itself to the highest degree possible. So I think that's really important whenever we're talking about kind of the resulting visual experience, and I think that's incredibly important. And so, as I said before, this is kind of like this looped GIF, and what you'll see is, because the form of our main subject is slanted, we have what appears to be, let me get my pen. We have what appears to be a light source coming from top down. Although it's hard to say for sure, but we do know that this light source is exactly what's kind of shining through and allowing a multitude of diverse colors to emerge from that. So if you look at the GIF, you'll see that it kind of slants and it moves from a mostly blue color tone, a little bit of red, kind of like these fluorescent, almost fire-like tones here. And this moves straight into like I said, a multitude of diverse colors. You have pink, you have green, yellows, oranges, a little bit of reds. And so those are all really possessing the form of the main subject here on the spatial composition. What you'll see here is that trim, there's also this unique refracted effect around the edge as well. I think it's also important to note whenever you're taking a look at this. And this multitude of color is really, exciting, and it has a lot of visual energy within it. So you kind of start with this neutral kind of cool and calm blue, which then transitions into an exciting, invigorating burst of color, which then settles back down into the original form. And so that loops again once more. So there's this constant sense of motion within the piece at hand. So in the realm of texture, you'll see that, this really gives us a kind of really reminiscent of a solid, which would be kind of like a crystal or a piece of glass. And whenever we're looking at, say, glass in the form of texture, the words that come to mind are translucent, solid, translucent, solid, kind of pristine, and quite smooth as well. I think that would be a good texture word as well. So that's what it really is like in texture, and this is quite fitting actually, because the texture is, because it's solid and it's kind of this crystal-like glass form, that really conveys a sense of harmony or a sense of balance and order to all who stand before us. So, of course, an intact piece of glass is a quite literal representation of order or harmony, and see, it's not quite shattered yet. So we get this sense of harmony, this sense of order right before that as well. So I think that's important to note. There's this set balance within the work that's also really important. And so whenever I really, really like GIFs. I'll say that to start off. The graphics interchange format, also known as kind of a motion media picture type of thing. And the reason I like it is because it rejects what we traditionally expect in the form of, say, a static picture, like you'll see I have screenshots here, and instead it creates that sense of lively and lifelike motion within the work. So I think that's incredibly important, and the GIF is extremely underrated in my opinion because I remember watching Harry Potter back in the day, and you would see the portrait paintings on the wall kind of moving, and I thought, wow, that's like magic. And then nowadays we have screens which can do kind of the exact same thing with a piece of digital art that is a GIF. So if you're an artist and you're kind of experimenting with a GIF, I would say keep going because everyone really likes that lifelike sense of motion, and it really captures and invigorates and even relates to the individual viewer as they're passing by. So this piece really shows the opportunity which the GIF provides. Even though it's a simple, kind of prismatic form in the center region, it kind of loops and it goes back, and there is this kind of lifelike sense to it. So I think that's really important whenever we're taking a look at this. And I believe this is LOREM's 12th, either 11th or 12th showcase in the archive. And so I'm quite a fan of his work, and whenever I first saw it, it really just caught my attention with absolute ease. So I brought some of his other pieces that we have in the archive, actually some ones that are most similar to this piece at hand. So let me just grab those real quick. We'll resize that a little bit. We'll put that in the middle, and then we'll bring this across here. So whenever we're taking a look at LOREM's stylistic impressions, you'll see he really likes this crystalline glass type of form. Whenever I first saw his work, I was just enamored. I was mesmerized, and I was just encapsulated by just the incredible light that he displays within this work. You'll see tones of violet, say, in this piece, and that deep, deep blue that he really likes also echoed in this work as well as this one. And then even over here, this one was also a GIF originally, and you'll see, of course, a stunning amount of similarity, whether it's in texture, whether it's in form, whether it's the midnight backdrop to emphasize the form of the main subject that he's providing to us there. All of those really work together to create an incredibly harmonious and kind of balanced visual experience. And whenever I first saw his pieces, like I said, I was frozen in shock, and that's why he has so many showcases. I really love his work. So this piece was actually a teaser. Let me move these out of the way. So this piece was a teaser for his now already fully released Portals collection. And if you guys want to support the artist and kind of get one of the portals, I believe there's about 33 of them. And that's going to be on the foundation art market upon the Ethereum blockchain. And so if you're a German artist, or if you're a German citizen, or you like, German artists in general, take a close look at LOREM, because he's a veteran of the advertising industry. So it's quite clear that he knows how to call people's attention with absolute ease. And I think he does it, almost as easy as breathing. He just creates these forms, and it's kind of like a day-to-day process for him. And we're just blessed to be able to study it, and we're blessed to be able to see the work that comes from this artist. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, he is a veteran of the advertising industry, so he just creates and captures the attention with absolute ease. He really is a master at his work. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Go check out some of LOREM's other pieces. Go check out his newly released Portals collection. That's going to be on the foundation art market upon the Ethereum blockchain. There's about 33 pieces, if I'm correct, and that really allows you to join his community, to support him directly as a career freelance digital artist, and just some incredible work coming from this artist, as always. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. My name is Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.